Good morning, everyone. Today I thought I would show a little pilot run. And so we're going to take a mothership up here into the skyflail nesting grounds um, that are near Arkadia. And this is the mothership Varyag. And so we're going to shoot out. It'll take us a little bit to get in there. It's a little bit of a flight, we'll say, like 5-10 minutes to get to the training ground to get mobs. You might guess. Cycling around. There's the waypoint I created. It's that way. And we are off and dashing. And this is how you're going to get the spacecraft pilot skill. It's good for some other skills as well on the pilot side. And then after you get done breaking it, you gain a bunch of skills on the repair side, engineering, electronics, mechanics, etc. There's also a hermit nesting ground somewhere, but as you can see, it's not on my map. I actually haven't been to it yet. And so I'm going to go to the Skyfall one. The hermit's supposedly a lot closer. I should probably get the location from someone so I can start utilizing that one as well. And the long flight to the training ground is kind of the downside to the revamp of space, so to speak. Before, the training ground was right outside. Now, like I said, it's about a 8 minute flight to the training ground to get started. And so it just adds a little bit of time to each cycle now, in which otherwise you would just be skilling the whole time. That being said, things have also tamed down. You don't have any of these mothership wars that you were hearing about. There's a lot less space drama in general. The Kronak Varyag drama has kind of dropped off. Haven't heard much about it for a while. Every little bit it seems to flare up, but with the new space, it seems to be definitely much less of an issue. I don't know if the motherships are settling down, the owners, or everyone's found their niche now. Not sure. But definitely less drama, which I'm totally for. I don't like a lot of drama on a personal level. And so, and it's still quite the drive. And so we are going to just let it, stuff tick away. Alright. Well, we're getting close. We're about halfway there. Right now, as we approach the training ground, we're going to see these giant asteroids, and they should just be kind of a pretty large grouping around the asteroids, if nothing's changed. So we'll find out here in just a short. All right, and there's our first one. You see the little orange triangle? And we're going to start gathering these up. Hopefully someone didn't leave them all dry, so we'll get some skills this morning so I can show you some skills rolling in. And then we'll drag them out, blow up, or maybe take them to uh, space station, the turret there will finish them off. Then we'll get new ones for sure. I think if you drag them far enough outside, they go ahead and despawn, but I'm not 100% on that. So we're just going to roll in until they aggro and start shooting at me. Should be any minute. Well, that one's not being very cooperative yet. Well, normally you fly right through them. They kind of aggro and shoot at you. Well, oh, well, it's coming after me. It looks like maybe it's chasing me. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, let's gather the rest of these then. Get ourselves a nice stack going on. Well, so far no skills, so these are probably dry, I would guess. Um, I would expect to see some skills starting to pop up. And so we're going to head a little deeper in, I think. Oh, that's not. What was it? The direction I wanted to go. I want to go north a little bit, I think. Oh, well, we're getting some skills now. So we found a non-dry one. That spacecraft pilot is the skill that most people are after when they're piloting. Um, it's a hit point skill. On top of that, it's the one that's really valuable. I think right now it's still 7,000% markup. We're gonna get ourselves little spacecraft systems. Probably get some computer use here in a little bit. At some point, um, my computer use is reasonable, so mainly from all of this because I don't mine or utilize the other things that are really going to give you some good computer use skill ups. Let's see. Yep. Just gonna keep cruising along. As you can tell, I haven't really done a lot of damage to my bar yet. And you don't have to worry about outrunning them. It doesn't seem like. The cosmic cores, on the other hand, you for sure have to pace and circle back around or you'll lose them. I like to try 15, 20-ish, depending on where the damage is starting to line out. Once we start getting down a little bit, we'll turn around and try to get out of the training ground. Um, Obviously, the goal is not to leave dry ones in for the next guy or you if you're taking another round out. But for sure, for the next guy, you don't want to be that guy. Clean up after yourself. Your mother doesn't play the game, and maybe she does. Either way, she ain't gonna come out here and clean up after you either. Oh yeah, low perception. That's nice. That's a looter skill. Avoidance. That's a nice one. Um, you don't get that until level 25 Captain, Evader, or Dodger, I believe is the unlock on that one. And so I got it through the Evader unlock. Um, but I haven't had a chance to really work it up. I think it's under 1,000. And you can see my spacecraft pilot's pretty low too. So I must have chipped that out at some point. I try not to chip out too many of the skills, but it's a little hard with the spacecraft pilot. Especially since I continue to have access to a mothership, I can just come out and skill up, kind of whenever I desire, barring sharing with people and what all that good jazz. And so sometimes I'll use it to buy deeds or I don't know. It's a nice little bonus, I guess, to playing. Really. And so I think the last time I bought some Arkadia Underground deeds. I'm a big fan of those. We've got about 200 right now, I think. Um, I'm gonna shoot up, try and grab a few more. I think we should probably just head back, honestly. I don't want to be too greedy. Down about a fifth or a quarter of the health of the ship. Grab a few more, and then we'll head back, I think. Still, it says unreachable. Sometimes they spawn like that, but a lot of times that means that someone blew up, or they otherwise couldn't attack them. And so sometimes the unreachable ones will also be skillless, or be dry. So, hopefully that aggroed them. We got a reasonable stack of mobs behind us. We'll start to kind of circle around a little bit. And because there's typically someone who always wants to skill the pilot, if you get onto one of these skilling motherships, the ability to skill repair is, I don't want to say endless, but pretty close. Occasionally you'll have trouble finding a pilot, but not rarely. Normally you can just ask. A pilot's more than willing to come up and do a run for you, because they're getting all these skills. So it's effectively like they're getting paid out because of the price of the pilot skill. And so they're usually more than willing to come up, like I said, and help you out if you're trying to get some engineering, BP comp, mechanics, electronics, repairing, vehicle tech, that sort of thing. It's good for graduating because the engineering, if you want to be a crafter, unlocking blueprint comprehension is really huge. I'm not a good crafter, so, um, but I do know that you need that skill. It goes into 9 to 11% of basically every blueprint. I'll go ahead and put a waypoint out that way, so when I'm ready to find it, I can kind of know where it's at. Except I don't know where it's at. Oh, there it is. Grab these last couple on the way out. And then we'll just truck them as far to the station as we can. That's probably plenty. Especially because we're going to shoot down and grab these two. And so it's easy to get hemmed up just grabbing just one more. It's always just one more. And so at some point, just cut yourself off, make the run back. Otherwise, you'll get blown up. There'll be all these dry ones waiting for you for your next run. Which, if you're just looking for the repair, that's fine. But again, I try not to be that guy. I don't want to be leaving a bunch of dry mobs in the space for someone else. Because I would like them to get skills as well. Same as when I fly out, I like to see the screen popping up. So do they. And so I just try to be a little considerate of other people. Which is hit or miss on these massive MMOs. Because you get, well, like the rest of the world, you get all types. Some people are really nice, considerate people, and other people are the opposite. And so now we're just going to truck back. I actually don't think we're going to make it all the way to the space station. So I might have grabbed one too many, so to speak. But we got 2% of a captain level. About, it looks like 5.5 pilot points off of that run. Nothing amazing, but it all adds up for sure. And so there's nothing super complex about mothership training like this. You can do this on a planet with normal mobs, like low-level mobs, if you wanted to, and you could just heal yourself the same way we're going to heal these stations up. Get the defensive skills, and then you turret them. It's free training. I mean, not free because you're healing yourself, but cheap training, we'll say. Especially since they added that respawn timer. Before, people would defensive train out at Zikion Citadel, and they would just jump off the platform, run, get one hit killed by something, and do it again until it stopped giving skills. Then they would turret that one and grab a different one. Then they added the respawn timer after death, and so people stopped doing that. I'm pretty sure that's the reason they added the timer. Oh yeah, I didn't get hardly a quarter of the way there. So we'll have to bail out a little earlier next time is what I'm thinking. Because I got about, well, I mean, we're out of the training ground, but not by a lot. Alright, the ship's blown up, or blowing up. Oh, there it goes. Finished blowing up. Then I will perish. I should die any minute here. And we'll respawn either back at the ship or at that space station. Likely we'll appear on the ship because I'll wait a second. And it's apparently going to take me a while before space decides to kill me. Interesting. And there we are, back on the ship. It's completely blown up. And that's the end of the pilot run section.